It's week 14 of the NFL, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. He's coming off a week where he became the first receiver in NFL history to surpass the 2,000-yard mark in a single season. It's the Lions and the Packers under the lights
it is time
on Thursday
for football, as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Here's Michael Badgley, ready to kick this one off. And off we go here on a Thursday night. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season as quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, Love. He'll get this out to the left flat. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. Plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Love. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Catch is made by Romeo Dobbs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On 2nd down, Love. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The right side, catch made by Dobbs. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and There was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
2nd and 7. Dobbs headed in motion. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And this offensive line creating running space. He'll get 6 and get inside the 10-yard line. Play 10 of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line. Here's Love. And he can't get away. Down he goes back to the 16.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Love. This is caught at the 2.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go forward on 4th. What can you say about the effort of this defense, Mike? I mean, they find themselves backed up their heels on their own goal line. And not only did they come up with a big 3rd down stop, they take them back for a loss. Brings up 4th down, and wow, they got a chance to make a huge goal line stand. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, 2nd in the league in passing a season ago.
If you ever want to get an idea, Mike, of just how competitive this guy is, when we talked to him the other day, despite the fact that he put up ridiculous numbers a week ago, you could tell that it was bothering him that he came up just shy of passing that 500-yard mark. I mean, he jokingly said, well, now he has something to chase. I could be even better. And while I don't think he was necessarily serious, it wouldn't shock me one bit if he put up similar numbers at the end of this one.
And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Rashawn Gary, former Michigan Wolverine, in there to take him down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. Here comes 3rd and 6. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw. Catch is made by Wright. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And he's in. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Badgley's extra point is good. And the Lions move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And he's been a workhorse in the backfield this season, right there amongst the league leaders in rushing late in the campaign. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And that's not going to yield a whole lot, up to about the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Love. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And third down just became a lot tougher. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. To throw is Love. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. On fourth down, the Packers turned over to Daniel Whelan to punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. Wow! The return is Williams. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Goff. Got a man downfield, it's Thomas. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Here's Badgley for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions extend their advantage to 14-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Love to throw on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, that's Musgrave, the tight end. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 1st down, it's Love. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play. And that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Third and long. To throw is Love. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Daniel Whelan now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. He has played well all season long, entering this final stretch of games in December and January as the NFL leader in touchdown passes. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Coming across the field, it's St. Brown. Still on his feet. And he will score. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Badgley's extra point is good. And the Lions move out to a 21-3 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Nixon on the return. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Back to throw is Love. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll be second down. Back to the air, it's Love. That complete to Jacobs. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. It's second down. Love. This one is caught by Reed. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Second down throw for Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday nighter to start the new NFL week. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Atlanta Falcons. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Chicago Bears. Finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one. Bengals and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium. The Lions got a very strong performance out of their quarterback, Jared Goff. He lit up the skies with 3 first-half touchdown passes as his guys were rolling in the early part of this football game.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit offense heading out for their next possession. As we head into this final stretch of games, take note. He comes into this one leading the NFL in receiving yards. Here's 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on 1st down. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. He's still on his feet. Sam Laporta. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
On play action, Love. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. Love to throw it on 1st down. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Love out quickly to Dobbs. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Dontavian Wicks. Touchdown, Green Bay. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Packers are able to cut into the deficit. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they'll try to keep it going. On first down, it's Goff. This one intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Texas A&M. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through. And yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here. Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
Maybe a couple there. It's third down. From the gun, it's Love. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. 16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Packers.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On first and 10, here's Love. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Running is Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
17. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Lions offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set for this next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. That is the veteran Preston Smith. Works his way in there for the sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Williams in motion. On second down, Goff. Open man downfield, it's Laporta. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40. It is a big play there for the Lions. 42 yards.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Sensational stats in this one, and now that pass gets him over 300 yards on the evening. So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
A second down throw for Goff. Catch is made by Wright. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now,
that one, taken in. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Badgley now, attack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Packers offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. to the air. It's Love. On the ball. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. Third and 5. Now Love. And this is going to be incomplete. And it's great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They'll go for it. Love. He's got his tight end. That's Musgrave. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down. Here's Love to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. On 2nd down, Love. And long. Now Love. Oh, and that one is intercepted by Stephon Gilmore. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Lions offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. And this team continues to just win football games, well on their way to another victory here. And the conversation is real. 17-0 can be seen on the horizon. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. You'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They'll go play action with Goff. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 4th down, Goff. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the 1st down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle him short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Love. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to throw is Love. That is intercepted by the 1st-round pick from Alabama, Terrion Arnold. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. he gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick six.
Throwing on second down. Goff. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Packers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Lions have got it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on 1st down. A dive and a catch. Incredible. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. That is caught by the tight end, Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Lions. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Here's Badgley for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions tack on one more to their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Nixon on the return. Now an opening past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Packers offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Over the middle, the tight end Musgrave. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Right side, catch made by Dobbs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Love to throw. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach 4th down by what they call on 3rd down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on 4th. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on 4th down is leaning towards settling for 3.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. At left side, caught by Musgrave. And this is not going to get it there. Not even close to picking up the 1st down. And they will turn it over on downs. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Lions. Their perfect season continues here into the month of December as they continue to be the #1 team in all of football. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.